Fortnite is a Hunger Games-style battle with a deadly, serious premise. Players are placed on an island, armed with weapons. The aim of the game, to be the last one standing.
So you have to kill others. That's not brutal.
Oh, fuck. Lady, I'm literally a cat with a bat. So I've talked about this topic before when another woman tried saying Fortnite was gory. And I don't know why these news reporters do this, but clearly they have no idea what they're talking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every gun in Fortnite and rank them by how legal they are. And then I'm going to win a game without breaking a single law. I'll set the standard of the perfect Fortnite civilian. I just want to make this girl look like an idiot. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to put all the weapons into categories like assault rifles, shotguns, pistols, etc. And we'll rank them based on how legal they are. And once we know what's legal and what's not, we'll win a game without breaking any laws. And first up on our list is assault rifles. Now the infamous Fury assault rifle, inspired by the real life AK Alpha, is surprisingly legal to own. While you can't possess a fully automatic version of this weapon, with the right licenses, you can obtain a semi-automatic version. And honestly, this rule applies to almost every assault rifle in Fortnite. However, there are a few exceptions. The Hollow Twister assault rifle is formerly known as a HK-G36. And civilians are not allowed to own it because it's considered a military grade weapon. However, one gun beyond military grade is the Spire rifle. This thing shoots bursts of flaming plasma. The only way you could get one of these is if you sneak inside of Area 51. Nonetheless, after doing some research, I found that with a little more licensing than what's usually required, you can legally own a CA-415, known in Fortnite as the Mark 7. Pretty crazy. It's a little bit scary knowing that people can possess these things, especially once you realize that this is the gun of choice for the most badass person on the planet. John Wick.
I'm here to see.
If you are subscribed to GUNZY XX. Oh, I'm subscribed. He's the best YouTuber in the world. But the guy downstairs said he isn't. I don't want to subscribe.
Jonathan, just walk away.
Yeah, Jonathan. Walk away.
If you don't want to end up like that guy, then click on the button that says subscribe. Now, obviously in game, all the ARs are automatic, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to consider that they are legal, you just need a license to own them. And since the Hollow Twister AR is considered a military grade weapon, if you get caught with this one, you are cooked, bro. Deep fried, extra crispy. And the alien gun would probably just put you away forever. But next up,
This throw a pipe bomb.
It's not gonna get that far. Never mind.
explosives. We got a shockwave grenade launcher and a laser guided rocket launcher. Yeah, we're not getting in trouble with these things. Okay, but for real though, I was blown away when I looked into this. Both of these explosives are known as destructive devices, and with extremely precise qualifications, you can actually own these things. Now, unfortunately, there's no real world equivalent of a shockwave, but depending on your region, the guided missile launcher could actually be obtained. Or depending on where you live, you could be in prison for 40 years. It's kind of on the fence. Some places will fine you $1,000, other places are draining your entire bloodline. But for the most part, these items are highly illegal, and owning them would definitely leave you sitting on a tin shit. Alright, now we're moving on to the shotguns, okay? And here we only have 4. The Sentinel Pump, the Sweeper Shotgun, the Frenzy Auto, and the Twin Fire. Now, the notorious Frenzy Auto Shotgun is known as the AA-12. And, well, it's an automatic shotgun. In most areas, these are banned and heavily prohibited as it's an automatic shotgun. They are extremely dangerous, and like other extreme weapons, certain people can own them after passing a series of tests, but for the most part, these are illegal to own and would definitely land you some jail time. And same goes without saying for the Twin Fire Auto Shotgun, which is arguably worse because it's double the magazine. Unfortunately, there's no real life Twin Fire shotgun, so we'll just classify it with the Frenzy. The Sentinel and Sweeper are also fictional guns, but based on the fact that they're single shell shots and meet all the criteria of a basic pump shotgun, these would be 100% legal to buy and own. However, you do need to be trained and of course have the proper licensing. Next, we're ADS into the rifles, and here we only have one, the Deadeye DMR. In real life, this would be looked at as the G3A3ZF DMR. Who is naming these guns, bro? Anyways, this gun is by the same company that makes the hollow twister, meaning it is in fact military grade. However, you are allowed to request a special civilian variant of the gun that is legal to own. Of course, hunting is a very popular sport, so it is pretty common for people to own rifles. But to own one yourself, thorough tests and background checks are run to ensure that they're going to be right for you. And it's like this with any gun, you can't just go out and buy one. Now we're looking at the SMGs, where we got the Stinger submachine gun, the Surge Fire submachine gun, and the Veil Precision submachine gun. And similar to the assault rifles, owning an automatic weapon in real life is very restricted, and you can only get the semi-automatic versions. Of course, with the right permits. The Surge Fire SMG, however, is a little bit different. It greatly resembles the famous P90. And this gun is only allowed for military members and law enforcement. So already, lady, no one's just going out and buying guns to want to kill people because of Fortnite. And now we're looking at the pistols. And here we have the Hyperburst pistol and the Wrecker revolver. And I honestly thought that the pistols would be the easiest to get away with, since handguns are the most popular gun in the world. But that is not the case here. Interestingly though, the Hyperburst pistol is well known in real life as the Beretta 93R. Many people get it as a semi-automatic version, but it is indeed possible to own it with a 3-round burst, legally. But of course, it's not an easy task and requires many tests. The Wrecker revolver, on the other hand, does not have a real life equivalent. Essentially, this weapon is a pistol that shoots shotgun pellets. Extremely dangerous. Considering the fact that in order to be legal, the barrel of a shotgun must be at least 18 inches long, I'm going to say that this pistol would definitely land you some jail time. And that leaves us with one last item. The Lead Spitter 3000. Now, as you can imagine, miniguns are illegal, right? Wrong. Well, I mean, kinda. Under very specific terms and extreme conditions, some special people can actually own a minigun. It's really just insane to think about. But nah, for the most part though, these things are highly illegal, heavily restricted, and if you get caught carrying one of these things, you are 1000% going to jail. So now we know what's legal and what isn't, and literally every single gun is illegal without a permit. But I still want to win without breaking any laws to prove this lady wrong, and I have a plan. There is actually one item left that I did not include on this list. My bat. This is the only weapon you can legally own without needing a permit or a test. So I'll explain the rest of the plan as we go. Come on. And here I am gliding in. Look at me go, how majestic. So there's actually a lot of things I had to consider and be careful of to not break any laws. And I know you see me popping a mini shield right here. I figured that if there's any loot on the floor, then it would probably be okay, considering that it's not belonging to anyone. And same with chests, that's also free game. And however, I think you saw me pick up my first secret weapon right there. That's right, the launch pad. And I landed where I landed for a reason. I knew that if I stayed on the beaches and on the outside of the map, then it would keep me away from trouble. I saw these two chests right here, and I figured that I couldn't open these because they clearly belong to somebody. I also have to tell you that this is my first game, okay? This is my first game. So I was walking around this rock, and then I saw somebody right there. So I was absolutely shitting bricks. I decided I wanted to see if I could see them, but that probably wasn't the smartest idea, so I slowly backed up into the corner. Like I said, I do have a plan, and I need to stick to it. A lot of this lollygagging is just me having fun and enjoying this Fortnite match. But, you know, you can't have fun when you want to win and be successful. And, you know, if you want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done before. I found these two boats, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't stealing, but after doing some careful examination, I realized that these boats have been here for a long time, considering they're halfway in the sand. So I considered them abandoned, and I thought that it was free reign. And then I found porta bunkers. Now, at the time, I don't really know if they're illegal or not, but I decided to grab them just in case. And here I am, back at the beach now. Look at how graciously I run, but I think you may be able to notice something. The screen is getting lighter, right? And as I was running away, I actually had to stop and think for a second, like, wow, this is actually so beautiful. You know, it's not often that I stop and sit and just enjoy Fortnite, so that's what I decided to do. Also, during this time, I realized that my search history is absolutely cooked, and I probably raised about 11 red flags, and I'm probably on a few wanted lists. But anyways, the sunrise is beautiful. So after that, I decided to head back out because, you know, we got some work to do, ladies and gentlemen. Then I got a text from this girl named like Sydney Sweeney or something like that. Don't really know who she is, but my girlfriend probably wouldn't like that, so I decided to keep moving. And then I did some totally safe trespassing. I'm just on the grass here. I was led to a soccer stadium. It was pretty cool in here, but there was really nothing for me, so I decided to leave. And at this point, there's about 40 to 50 players left, and I'm honestly feeling a little bit nervous. I don't really have anything to defend myself. As of right now, I just have a couple launch pads and the porta bunkers. But this was all going to change very soon. And I just really like those turtles right there. But here I go back up the hill to where things take a turn. The shockwave hammer. Now, when I first saw this, my instinct was holy freaking smokes. I could absolutely win the game with this, but I wanted to make sure it was legal. So I quickly went on my phone, I googled it, and I'll put it up on screen in case you want to pause it and read it. But essentially, what it said was, if this item was in real life, then you would be able to legally use it for self-defense. So after hearing that, I quickly grabbed it and I had a sigh of relief. I finally felt a sense of confidence that I had not felt yet. Before I was kind of just running around aimlessly, hoping and praying for the best. But now we really have a shot at this. So here I am celebrating. And then I found this car. And I really wanted to take it, but I figured that it might be somebody since it's parked here. And I think that would be considered theft. So I decided to leave it, sadly. We continue on foot. And here I am going down the street. Look at how majestic. Wow, GUNZY, you're just such a good Fortnite player. Thank you. I get that a lot. So I really wanted to get high ground, and then I noticed that there's this guy in a helicopter, and I nearly died right here. Like, I don't even know how I survived. It was just sheer luck. I mean, look at that. I was actually fine. But honestly, it could have been a close call, so I decided to be a little bit more careful. And then this happened. You hear that? That's top 10, baby. So here I am doing my happy dance. Happy dance. Doing my happy dance. Happy. Okay, let's get back to business. Sorry about that. Here I am swimming through the water, being so divine, so demure. We get it, GUNZY. Okay, skip to the point. All right, how do you do here? Let's see. And coming on this next place, I wanted to be very careful that I didn't break any laws, but then this happened. You're in a top 5 situation right now. I'm absolutely shitting bricks. So yeah, I was trying not to break any laws like breaking and entering or trespassing here. Seems to be very government-esque. So I was trying to be careful here, but a lot of it was wide open. So I figured I could maybe get away. But I found this chest here, and then I found this goated item. Okay, the shockwave grenades. And then right when I thought it couldn't get more intense, someone else dies. But that's not all. Another person died. Oh my gosh, I am actually shaking. So yeah, I'm being very, very careful, very cautious. So now it's top 3. Okay, it's top 3. I thought it was gonna be really cool and different to record this all in replays, but then I realized that you cannot see like anything. So my apologies, but I will keep you up to date. So now I'm running as I'm shaking. I have feces in my pants, and this is getting more intense by the second. The storm is literally right on my tail, and it's about to close any second. But I know that I need to get out of this spot, and I need to get in a better position, whether that's high ground or maybe somewhere where I can see the other opponents. I wasn't really sure at the time. I just knew that I had to get out. So I started running, and I'm running. So I successfully secure high ground, and then I found this cute little bush to go hide in. And just as I got all comfy and safe, I got a phone call. Little Jason? Are you driving? Oh my god, it's Jason, your car's on fire! Jason! Oh my gosh, Jason, are you okay? Oh, Jason, what are you doing with that? No! Jason! Stop! Those innocent people! Jason! Oh my god! What are you doing to those people? Jason! Oh my god. It can't be. There's no way Fortnite corrupts our mind. I have to prove this lady wrong. I have to. And I run outside of the bush when I see this. One of the last players has the scanner. And if you look closer, you can see him flying through the air right here. So I knew that I wanted to go see him, okay? I would just feel more comfortable if I could have my eyes on my opponents. And he comes flying out of the air, shotgunning this guy down and killing him within a second. So I act quickly on my feet, and I start throwing my shockwave grenades. But he has a shockwave hammer. But little does he know, I do too. The only issue is I can't use it until he shoots, and there is my green light. So I use my hammer, and I come down, and I actually crack him. I could not believe this. He's shooting a shotgun at me, but I hit him again. And I have 1 use left in my shockwave hammer, but he's loading up his shotgun. He aims up to the sky. He points it right at me. He pulls the trigger, but I come down, taking the victory. But at what cost? I was so determined to prove a point that I celebrated the death of someone. I became the exact person that I was trying to avoid. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up. I had a lot of fun doing this. I thought it was pretty interesting to see which guns were legal and which ones weren't. And although we won a game without breaking any laws, it was not that fun. Overall, Fortnite is not turning us into violent creatures. Fortnite is an awesome game, and it's made to be played the way it's intended, to have fun. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.
I've been trying to get geeked all night.